on Monday night at Old Trafford for Manchester United against Bournemouth. So let's have a look at the top of the table, shall we? And it's all very tight indeed, isn't it? Now, Arsenal had that healthy lead, and now their lead has been cut to only 2 points. Now, if they go and beat Wolves today, that will extend their lead, but then Man City travel to Palace tomorrow and could be 2 points behind them again. So, the title race is well and truly on. Aston Villa and Chelsea completing that top four. Crystal Palace in fifth, and Liverpool up to sixth. Everyone's happy. As with the bottom half, there is no change at all, but you can see there why the game between Burnley and Fulham is just so important. Burnley in the thick of the relegation zone and Fulham only a few points above it. So that to come shortly, but after this break, we will head back.
Hugo, well done. 2 goals, 3 points. The perfect day for you.
I wouldn't say perfect because I know I could score way more today, but obviously the most important was to win in front of our fans, so it's a good day at work, yeah.
Quick start, was that always the plan, to get the early goal?
I mean, the ball came quick. I tried to be ready, but yeah, obviously when you start a game you don't expect a ball to come at the first minute. But yeah, I try to be always ready, and that's good to start the game with 1-0.
And the second goal, an old-fashioned centre-forward's header from Salah's corner.
Yeah, it gave me a great ball. I just had to be in a good place, and that's what I did, and easy to finish.
You said you should have got more. It might have been a hat-trick, mightn't it, today?
Yeah, I was looking for the hat-trick, but it's going to be another time. But yeah, it's good, 2 goals.
It's been a good week in the end for Liverpool. The club really coming together, a team coming together.
Yeah, I mean, we try to stick together, work together. Even today it wasn't easy. At the end of the game we have to stay compact, stick together, because when we are in that position it's difficult to get a result. But yeah, happy today because I think we deserve. We did a great week, and let's continue.
What's the minimum requirement now for Liverpool? Top 4?
When you play for Liverpool, you just have to win games. So I had to answer, but when you see the games coming, we are Liverpool. We need to win.
I guess it's a difficult question to answer when you're defending champions, because top 4 feels good, but you want to go on and win it again. Given the season they've had, they're in 6th, it's not too bad. But that man there, Hugo Ekitike, I mean, it was a very fast start, as was mentioned in the interview. He got on the score sheet really early, 46 seconds.
He's just done really, really well since he's joined Liverpool. He's been one of the shining lights in a difficult season so far. That's not to say the season's going to continue to be difficult, but at the moment, it's been a topsy-turvy season, a little bit inconsistent. He's aware of what can happen. Centre forwards are optimists. They're always thinking, oh, that ball's going into a dangerous... Oh, can I just ghost into a certain area? Defenders don't necessarily think like that. And you just watch him here. He's looking over his shoulder. The ball goes over his head. And he doesn't just jog back to the halfway line. He's thinking, do you know what? I'm in a bit of space here. And then his touch and finish is almost in one movement. And it has to be. Because if he lets that drop any further, he gets tackled. Now, you want to let it drop further. It makes it easier when the ball is a little bit lower. But he has to take it high because he's about to get challenged. So it's a quick finish. It's really good finish.
Yeah, good anticipation, isn't it? Like you say, just typical centre forward loitering when defenders are trying to pick up a line and kind of get together. Strikers are allowed to just do as they wish almost, and he's in the perfect position there in case a mistake happens. That mistake happens and he pounces and puts his team 1-0 up very, very early on. This one, I felt this was a very well worked set piece. There's a couple of movements in this, a couple of Kanate and I think it's McAllister move people around. We see Kanate, he's going to drag 2 Brighton players away. Then we're going to see him come in the back here. Obviously that's him heading the ball. No one's near him. This is criminal defending from Brighton. This is like debrief material. They will look at this and be very disappointed. And we'll see McAllister here. He just eases Belieber, who would either challenge for this ball, or if he doesn't challenge for that ball, he drops back onto that back post to protect it, and that's exactly when the ball goes in. So really well worked corner by Liverpool, but extremely poor defending by Brighton.
Kirkes on the goalkeeper as well, Seema. He was there was almost 3 actually, all blocking that that area so nobody could get to the back post. We've seen it so many times. Arsenal have been very good at it this season, but it was a well-worked one.
And what about Mo Salah's performance? We've been talking about him for most of the show. What did you make overall of his performance? Because he did get an assist for that second goal.
Yeah, I suppose he knocked a corner in, yeah. He did fine. He did quite well. He was quite unselfish at times. He certainly put in a shift. He was running a lot more than in previous games. He would have been desperate to get on the score sheet, of course, but he did okay. Absolutely. I mean, that's a good strike. You can't do much more than that. As you mentioned, he's knocked a corner in for the goal. So yeah, a good day's work. Listen, when you win 2-0, the world looks rosy no matter what. But I think everybody at Liverpool will be pleased that he's back in the fray. They've won the game, clean sheet, and service is resumed in many ways.
I think one of the big positives for Mo Salah this afternoon for Liverpool, see there, I mean, he got in some good positions, was wasteful at times with assists and shots, but body language for me was much more positive in a Liverpool shirt, and that is what you would want. You'd want that kind of reaction after falling out with your manager.
He does continue to make history as well. When you look at goal involvements for a single club, he now tops the table with 277. So that just outlines his contribution to Liverpool and to the Premier League. But let's talk about the full-time scenes, because we saw him on the pitch applauding the fans, tears in his eyes a little bit, a bit emotional, but that might be because of everything that's happened this week. It could be because it might be potentially the last time we see him in a Liverpool shirt, or it might just be the emotion of a week. What do you think of this, Glenn?
I think tease is a stretch, Seema.
I think he looks emotional.
He does look slightly emotional, and it is kind of a goodbye, but it is a goodbye because he is going to AFCON. Let's put that into context. We don't know what's going on in his mind. He might want to leave the football club. Who knows? There might be an agreement between the club and himself to play today and say goodbye in your own way. Who knows?
That's the thing. We don't know, do we? But what we can say is it was a really nice exchange between him and the fans.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a little bit of a question mark, just whether he was going to get that real good reception, let's say, from the fans, because a lot of people that you hear were taking the side of Arne Slot. Not that he was against it. It wasn't a duel, but it was Mo Salah against the club in many ways, wasn't it? And they were obviously taking the side of the club. So I thought there might be a few jeers, a few boos, but there was none of it today. And he'll be delighted with that as well. All that he's done for the club. It would be awful to finish his career at Liverpool, getting booed off. But that never happened. And hopefully that was, I'll see you in a month or so because I'm off to represent my country. And as I say, normal service has resumed. Hopefully it's not a goodbye, I'm going for good.
We certainly hope so, because we love him in the Premier League and for Liverpool, of course. Liverpool in general today, let's talk about matters on the pitch. They're up to 6th in the Premier League table after what has been a really turbulent time on the pitch. What did you make of their performance overall, and what improvements did you see?
I thought Liverpool's performance was enough. That's what I would say. I think they were wasteful at times. I think they got into good positions. They could have put the game out of sight. I think they played better probably first half than second half. I think Brighton really came into it. And when you get a look at a balance of it, there will be a worry for Liverpool, I think, to a certain extent. The amount of opportunities they shipped to Brighton. Brighton were wasteful in front of goal. I think they had more expected goals, Brighton, and to lose the game 2-0 and have more expected goals tells a story that you weren't very clinical. So even though it's 2-0, it's a clean sheet. Mo Salah was back in the field, and it's all positive for Liverpool. I still think when you look deeper than just the result, there will be slight worries there for Liverpool.
Do you think the same?
Yes. Obviously, they're not playing at their very best. They have done in patches this season, but they've not been consistently very good. I do feel at the moment they need to score the first goal all the time because they are quite vulnerable. They do concede chances. But, the confidence that gives you, keeping a clean sheet and winning another game after going away in Europe, playing a tricky game in Europe, that can only... this is a seriously good team. If everybody plays at their absolute peak in any club in the world, I still think Liverpool are the best team in the world. I still do. Now, they're obviously not showing it regularly, but they won the league at a canter last year. And they've signed incredible players, invested for the future, and these players are going to come good. This is a team that aren't going to go away. These are going to be title contenders for the next 5 years. So as much as they're not playing very well, they are still a team that you've got to be fearful of. They still can turn it on. They've beaten Arsenal this year. They've beaten Aston Villa. They've gone away in Europe. They're doing well in the Champions League. I mean, everyone's talking about this disaster, but they're top 6 and flying high in the Champions. It's it's not a disaster just yet. Long way to go as well. So, and loads of time, loads of room for improvement. These new signings are only getting better. Look at Ekitike today. They're only going to get better.
And Verts, where do we think
he's only going to get better? He's so talented.
He's getting more
just gradually, he is getting there. You see a couple of things he does, and it just leaves you, oh my word, this guy could, if he can do it more of it, then we're going to be watching something pretty special in the future. But again, he's going to get better. He's going to get used to it. He's going to get used to his teammates, the new league, etc. So lots to be positive about. Liverpool aren't purring at the moment, but they will be soon. There's no doubt about it. They will be soon.
And that's quite scary to the rest of the league. If they're not at their best and they're 6th, then when they are able to find that formula to just get ticking again as they did last season, they could be serious title contenders once again.
Yeah, they're a team in transition. They made a lot of signings in the summer, and it's getting those kind of players in and finding a concoction that suits the old and the new. But like Mike said, I think the talent in the squad, when you look at Liverpool on paper, they're an amazing group of players, and you sometimes think, how have they churned out the results they've churned out early on in this Premier League? True. It's like, and off the back of starting the Premier League really well as well. So once they grow in belief and in confidence, I think Mike was right. I think they'll be in and around the top of the Premier League for many years to come.
OK, well, let's head straight to Stamford Bridge.
I don't really know the full message of fairness, Lord. I think if you see Mo Salah waving to the crowd and kissing the badge and all that stuff, that could be his last appearance. But them shots, I think, is just saying thank you to the fans.
To be fair, there's a chance that he doesn't know whether he's going to be there, I would say. He might maybe has to wait and see. There's supposedly going to be more talks between his representatives and the club. We have to see what interest comes from Saudi. Presumably there is some interest there. There's a fair chance that Salah maybe doesn't even know if that's his last game for the club.
The way he came on today and the way he played would suggest that he's fully involved. And I got to give the manager an awful lot of praise as well for that, because what happened last week after Leeds must have been like a tornado hit the football club. And he's handled himself really well, Arne. So I will say that all his interviews have been very respectful. And even when he was saying that I don't want to speak to you guys till I speak to Mo, and then he spoke to him yesterday, the very fact that the first opportunity to get him on the pitch, he got him on. Because if there was still a bit of bad blood there, or Mo's head wasn't right, he could have moved Curtis Jones to right back, he could have brought on the young boy to play right back, he could have done a number of things. The most obvious thing was obviously the right back and Salah on, and he did that. So that would suggest that there was a positive meeting yesterday. Whether it's positive enough that he'll still be here in January, we don't know. But he played well today, and that's a good sign.
Salah's back. Liverpool have steadied the ship. We're back after these. It's a good time to mention we're going to be showing you Liverpool against Wolves on the 27th of December. They may have another victory under their belt by then. It's certainly looking a lot rosier than it was this time last week for Liverpool after the couple of clean sheets, couple of wins they've had, Damien. We'll have a look at the second goal here by Ekitike. You've got to say defensively not great by Brighton from the set.
Yeah, you'd ask a lot of questions here. There's an awful lot of Brighton shots in the 6-yard box, like a lot. I think 10. I think by the time the ball comes in, there's only one there, Minta, who's not in the 6-yard box. So for Ekitike, now McAllister does well here, clearing out Baleba, but for him to get that untouched a header in that position with that many Brighton players in the 6-yard box is staggering, to be honest with you. It's a well-worked corner. It's not a particularly pacey ball in, it's a floaty one, but he reads it well, and he can't miss from there.
Could the keeper have cleared out a few lads?
There's a shot at Kirkis on the keeper as well. He's done a really good job on Kirkis, and Damien rightly mentions McAllister.
Just pinning him back.
Just a block on Baleba as well. And all them little things. It looks so simple. You're going, what are Brighton doing? But it's actually clever from the set play guy. I know I like digging them out in a good way. But there's a few wee blocks, and if they don't do that, the keeper comes for it or gets headed clear. It's a good, well-worked set play.
Mo Salah was back in the squad today. He was back on the pitch midway through the first half for Joe Gomez, who got injured. How do you think Salah played overall after all the noise?
Yeah, he's done really well. I suggested it was a positive meeting yesterday because he got him on the pitch and he had a bit of a bounce in his step and he looked like he was happy to be out there. Maybe the reality of the prospect of leaving Liverpool might have hit him last week, and he really wants to stay. So performances like this, so often we've seen with Mo Salah, especially this season, that he kind of standing out in the right wing, a passenger, not really involved in the game. But today he was right involved, especially in the build-up play as well. Really had a good focus with him. This stuff was great here, where he just goes inside, little 1-2 with Wirtz, shifts it again with Szoboszlai to get a shot away. And then towards the end, they were really doing their best for him to get a goal. And so often we've seen them ones rifling the top corner, but he was fully focused. There's another great little breakaway here where he just sets it on a plate and then they're off and running. And Chiesa, in fairness to him, is doing everything he can. I mean, Chiesa could easily take that on and have a shot himself, but he actually slows down. The only thing is there's a little bit of pace on that ball, and I think there has to be pace on the ball for him to get it to Mo Salah. It's a difficult one, kind of comes off the shin and goes up. But listen, there was a smile on his face, there was an energy about him, which perhaps I would say is positive signs.
You've got to love Chiesa if you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
He does everything. We saw him running back last week, trying to get Salah his goal.
He does everything apart from getting a start.
I know.
But he should get a start. I think he's a brilliant player, and one the fans look up to and think, what a player. But again, he's got his head up the whole time. Where's Mo? But you would say Mo's back defending the edge of the box here. I know he gets a lot of stick for not defending. He ran 90 yards to get that chance himself, and again, I think it was super positive from Salah today. If he liked last week or not, he was superb today.
Maybe the break has done him good. He hasn't played many minutes lately. He looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, it's more of a mental thing. Like I said, I think he came out after Leeds and then got dropped out of the Inter Milan squad. And maybe the reality hit, like, I'm not ready to leave this club yet. So maybe it is the jolt that he needs to get back into form. I hope he stays, I really do, because he's been unbelievable for Liverpool and unbelievable for the Premier League as well. So I hope he stays, and I hope they can put the differences to one side and they can organise it. And I hope he comes back from AFCON with the same level of enthusiasm that he showed today.
Hugo Ekitike, his overall performance, Shay, the brightest spot alongside Salah today?
Yeah, well, obviously we talk about Ekitike, we always talk about Isak and who's the number 9. Well, this guy today, Hugo Ekitike, this is obviously the first minute. I mean, that's a fantastic start for any striker, isn't it? It's poor defending from Brighton, but it's a brilliant strike. His first touch and his second touch is even more clinical. He looked alright. Demi made a shout during through the second half about Henry, and I was like, Henry, that's a big statement. But then the more I looked at him, the way he can burst past players, and again, you see Henry in that perfect position. How many times you see Henry in that position, slotted inside the far post? But again, this is what I like here. You think, and where's he going here? And that touch, somebody's got to defend it, but he's quick enough to get it. The only disappointing thing on that touch is he didn't do a better finish, but he was all round today, all action. I think he even got cramp at one point, so he's doing both sides of the pitch, and obviously we've seen the goal already. Brighton, maybe poor defensively, but it's a brilliant leap and a fantastic header. What a way to finish for him. It's a great afternoon.
Absolutely, great afternoon for him.